Hello everyone, today's a bit of a different video as I am just going to be talking this video and playing a game. If you've seen by the title, you'll know what it's about. Essentially, I dislike this game a lot. I don't think it's a bad game necessarily, but it fails so massively that I hate it. If you know me, you know I'm not of the age to have been around back during the original game. However, I have played the original game several times. I played it on PS3 and I've got it on GOG as well. And ever since playing that game, I can't play this one anymore. At least not without dissing it every few seconds. This video has no script or no structured organization or whatever the fuck, right? There's not going to be any jokes or planned humor. This is going to be a video where I yap. Also, what the fuck?
Gotta get out of here.
First of all, is this opening? I can talk about this on its own. It ruins Nemesis, right? At the start of the original game. The Nemesis was talked about like this monster, this unknown thing that's out to kill you, and you don't know what it is. You've only been told about it by Brad, who is freaked out by everything. Which makes sense, considering he is a coward and he ditched you in the first game. But here it just rips off the band-aid. It shows you Nemesis off the bat. And he gets blocked off by a wall. Wow, okay. Okay, and now we got Brad. Brad knows about Nemesis, as we'll see from the conversation coming up. But not only that, he is completely fucking chill. This is the guy who was so afraid that he left us in the first game.
You okay?
This all happened so fast.
I don't know. One fucked up.
See, he's acting like this is just another thing that's happened. He hasn't even seen a zombie before, I don't think. In the first game, he may have seen a zombie dog or something, but he's not seen a zombie before, and he's acting like this is chill. He's acting stronger than Jill Valentine here, and that is both an insult to Jill Valentine, and it's just ruining Brad Vickers as a character.
A thing always leads to another. It's like Arclay.
My main gripe with the game is the locations. I think the locations, you know, they obviously define Resident Evil.
Hey, wait! Down here!
You know, you have the RPD. The RPD is very iconic. You've got the Spencer Mansion. You know, with the Dimitrescu Castle and RE8, that's very iconic. The Baker farmhouse residence in RE7, all very iconic locations. And then RE3 has a downtown, has the big city. It has the clock tower, which was one of my favorite sections in the original, purely because I'd never experienced before. It was completely new. And the clock tower is something I'll go on in a minute. Because if you know, you know. I won't be going through the whole game as I talk, but I will be talking about a lot of things.
Hey, come on. There's a helicopter waiting.
There is a video, which, if I can find it, I'm going to link in the description, because they deserve some credit. I saw recently saying how they make... It's how RE3 is incredibly misogynistic, and although I don't think Capcom's intentions were to be misogynistic, I completely understand and get what the guy is saying. Completely ruins Jill's character and makes her seem weak. To put the video in short, it talks about how Carlos saves her plenty of times, and Jill acts all cocky, but really she almost never wins a fight. And needs Carlos to save her multiple times, so it kind of buffs up Carlos quite a bit. In the original, Carlos was very cocky. He was, you know, he was more afraid, he was more cocky, he was all flirty, like usual in this game. but he wasn't. He was kind of pathetic in a way, but it was good for his character. Jill saved him quite a few times. He struggled to kill one of his teammates as a zombie and all that. He's not as strong as he is in this game. He saves Jill on countless occasions. And the video rants about that. There's a very specific scene in the power station talks about that as well. Definitely go and watch that video. It gives more in depth than I just did. I'm probably gonna talk more about locations and stuff like that got removed. But again, this is all examples of what was mentioned in the video. You know, Nemesis in the opening cutscene, he threw us away multiple times. He could have killed us, but just chose not to. He's kind of just playing with us. And then just his aura's getting completely fucking lost because he plays with us, but then doesn't even manage to kill us in the end.
Hey, what do you know about that
Like, that is just pathetic. That is not Nemesis I know.
I've never seen anything like it.
What else was going is
Knows what it wants and won't stop till it
Nemesis was obviously meant to have this big build-up in the original. You see Brad running around all cowardly, and then you finally get to like the RPD after running around downtown for quite a while.
I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service.
You see Brad get impaled, and it is one of the most iconic scenes in Resident Evil. That I had seen that scene before I even played RE3 Remake. Like I knew of that scene probably since like the release of Revelations 2 or something like that.
Whoa. What are you talking about? You don't have to trust me.
It's very iconic, and the moment, the time I got into RE games, it was a scene that constantly came up because it is so iconic. And Nemesis is such an iconic enemy, or antagonist. And they butcher that. They ruin his introduction right off the bat, and he could have been this scary. It could be really scary. This could have been. I say this all the time, and if you know me, you know what I'm about to say. But I think Resident Evil 3 Remake could have been the best RE game. Genuinely. If they had fleshed out downtown, and if they had made that Nemesis scene and everything, this could have been awesome. You could have been roaming the streets of Raccoon City with Nemesis around. These big, confusing, long streets and alleyways and press rooms that you can go in. You know, Jill goes on the RPD in the original, which I prefer over Carlos. So yeah, that'll be cool. I am actually going to take these bonus items. Why not? As I said, this is not scripted at all. So I'm like trying to think on the spot what to talk about, and how the recording could be a big problem right now. But you know. The RPD section is definitely more fleshed out in the original as well. I do much prefer it. I will say now, it might be a bit late, but there will be spoilers for the original RE3. That should be common sense, but if not, then you know, there you go. When I played RE3 for the first time, the original, and I got to the RPD, I was shocked when Nemesis came through that window. It scared the shit out of me. I honestly, new pair of pants, bro. I'm not even kidding. I shat myself. It was awful. And not only was I terrified, but I was also really shocked at how this game never managed to scare me that much. Never. And this is a remake. And an old game like that scared me more than this one did. Now, by any means, like, by all means, an old game doesn't mean it's a bad game. I love the original RE games. I enjoyed the original RE1 more than the remake first time round, to be completely honest. Although I think the remake is superior, or the remaster as they call it. And the RE2 original also does quite a few things better when it comes to the scenarios and actually changing things, and also the items. I forgot what the word is called, or the name for it is called, but obviously when you can leave an item for Claire or Leon, depending on who you play first. I think that is a really cool system, and makes more sense. Whereas RE2 doesn't really have a canon scenario order, and technically it's Leon A, due to the knife in RE4 and the Marvin flashbacks. But it's not necessarily canon that those things happen. The only thing that's canon is that Marvin met Leon and stuff like that. So I love the original games, and I love playing them from time to time. I have yet to play the Chris's run of RE1 original game. I do really want to do that because I loved playing RE1 original. Although the voice acting wasn't great, it was a really fun and a really simple game. It was easy to pick up and enjoy. Anyway, yeah, the RPD section with that generally scared me, and I think it just proves that you should definitely play the old games, especially RE3. It is a whole new game, I'd say. The location I want to talk about most, I've only just went on about the RPD, but I know I spoke about downtown briefly. But the downtown section or the city that you can explore in this game is 2 streets with a donut shop. And I think there's like 1 alley somewhere which you can go in. It's pathetic. There was loads, and you can't go into too many buildings really. The OG game had like a whole diner, it had many alleyways, like a little basement section. There was a press room. I think you could go into some apartments. Obviously, you could go inside the RPD freely as Jill. There was a center bit which had like 3 directions. It had the gas station you could go in, the power station, all sorts. You know, there are plenty of buildings you could go in. You should expect in like a city. And I'd love to explore Raccoon City in a game, especially with Nemesis running around. That would have like fucked me up so bad, in the best way possible. And having Nemesis roam around like Mr. X would have been better. Nemesis is more scripted in this game. He doesn't really roam around freely. He drops out from the sky in certain scenarios, just fucking randomly. I just don't like it. As I said, I never played the originals back when they came out. And I played this game before the original, way before the original. I say way before, like a year or 2 before I actually picked up the original game on PS3. And when I first played this game, obviously I was obsessed. I 100%ed it on PlayStation. I got all the achievements on PC as well. There's not many. It just shows how rushed and incomplete this game is. And yeah, it's very short. So I actually loved this game when it came out, and I grinded it for hours a day, just speedrunning, getting all the bonus content and all the achievements. So I've played the living hell out of this game. But it is nothing like the original. Nothing at all, and it feels like it does not complement the original. Fuck. It's like it throws the original to the ground and spits it in the face. Like, oh my god. So can I say, the reused zombies, one of the things I was very excited about when RE3 Remake was announced was the new zombie types that were going to be, or new zombie models. They're all the exact same as RE2 Remake. A lot of the assets are copied from RE2 Remake as well. I forget the code, because there's 2 codes, one of them's from the demo. Okay, that's this. I think 918 is the demo one, I'm not too sure. Jill doesn't get a Samurai Edge, also, which is weird. She just kind of loses it off the bat. I like the Glock, it's fine, but, you know. I completely lost track of what I was saying beforehand. Great. I did also want to mention more about the RPD because I did forget one thing. Nemesis will be best through that window. I stated that, but when RE2 remake dropped and people were theorizing the broken wall in the shower room, and they were thinking that we were all thinking that Nemesis must bash through that wall in RE3 remake and scare the fuck out of you, just like he did with Window. But no, you get to that part in this game, and Carlos just blows it up with a detonator. The RPD section in this game is very short as well. I did state not too long ago that our RE3 remake is quite short. I've seen arguments saying that, well, the original was short. Right, but it's a remake, and they removed over half the content. It should be longer, but it's not. And yeah, no, it's a fucking remake. They make it longer. My first RE2 remake playthrough was 8 hours. My first playthrough on the original game was 4 hours, and it shortened down to about 2.5 to 2 hours on the next one.
Is someone in here?
So RE2 remake was sorry, RE2 original was very short as well, but the remake doubled the amount of time on your first playthrough. And as I said, if this game didn't remove so much content, it would have been longer. If they had kept that like clock tower section, which I will get onto, don't worry, made downtown fucking huge to the point where you weren't spending an hour on it on your first playthrough, you were spending 3 hours or maybe even 4 hours just roaming big alleyways, getting lost, solving puzzles, doing the gem puzzles, getting into the RPD and all that shit. The statue puzzle, the puzzle with the water, and the crest that you have to put in or whatever, the shield. The power station puzzle, I think. The Nemesis encounters as well. Getting like the gas can and the fuse and the wire, and obviously the oil. You have to get like the additive oil, and you have to get engine oil, combine it for engine oil or something like that. To get a lighter and burn a rope on a gate. Honestly, that was so much in the original. That really was. And yeah, it is a whole new game. Generally, is a whole new game. I can't stop saying that. It was a whole new game, and if they had remade it properly here, this would have been one of the best RE games ever made. And I think it could have possibly been the best, or at least like top 3, if it was done correctly. What I want. Should I take? Do I need to take lockpick out of it? I think I can still get it, can't I? Okay. The clock tower sequence. Now, I put myself in the shoes of
I don't even want to think about it.
of people who had played the original before this game, and when I put myself in the shoes of them people, and I get to the clock tower sequence in this game. And you get past the disappointment of the large downtime section just being a complete fucking shit show, right? Shortened out 2 streets, somehow already ended, right? And then you see this big clock tower in the distance, and you're like, hold on. Okay, they can't fuck this up, right? And as you walk across the bridge, you see a mutated Nemesis chase you. You know, he runs into the water. I think it's meant to be a reference when you push him off the bridge in the original game. You can either push him off or you can jump off. I think if you jump off, you like go into the lab and you can kind of change an ending. So Barry's the pilot or something. I don't know how accurate that is. I do love I love how Barry was in RE3 original. I fucking love that. I'm a big Barry guy. If you don't know me, I think he should be in more games. But when I put myself in the shoes of that player who had played a big fan of the original game, and they saw that clock tower, and they just had to do a boss fight outside it, it feels like a massive fuck you to the RA community. Because they're not in the clock tower, they're outside it, doing a shit fucking boss fight. I'm sorry, but that boss fight is awful. It's shit. And how was Nemesis mutating so early? Big fucking mistake. It just ruins it. It generally ruins it. So fucking badly. There's also the Carlos sections of these games, which are considerably longer. I don't like the Carlos sections. How they take up half the game. I think like the hospital section is probably the longest part of this game. Playing as Carlos, obviously. Or at least it feels the longest. I'm not really focusing on the gameplay, so don't mind if I'm playing awfully right now. Oh. So when I got to the hospital section in RE3 original, I was like, oh shit, this is the part I just hate in the remake. Turns out it's like 2 minutes long in the original, and it's not even that bad. You have to get one item and then blow something up or get the vaccine or something. It disables some sort of shutter system. I forgot the exact right, but it was a few minutes length. It wasn't miserable. The enemies were fine to deal with. Carlos' section was fine in that game. And it was short. This game drags it out, gives him two whole sections. He is practically the new main character of this game. This is a Carlos game, not a dual game. And the video, which I'll link in the description, about how this game is misogynistic, we'll talk about that in much more detail as well, so definitely go and watch that video. See, downtown could have been fucking huge. The clock tower section could have existed. It could have been fucking awesome. The hospital section could have been shortened and more enjoyable. Nemesis could have been made better. Jill could have been made better. There are so many tweaks they could have made. There's also the spiders. I hate spiders in the fact that I would love them to be in modern RE games. Like, I hate them because they're scary. And Resident Evil is meant to be scary.
Carlos, that thing is still alive.
And seeing spiders in RE1 remake, yeah, oh my god, I get shivers when I first saw that spider go down. Chill. Fucking creep me out so bad. But I love it. I want to be freaked out. This is a horror game. So I actually wish they would keep spiders in modern RE titles. I guess I can kind of see why they don't, but I would love it. And if they do remake RE1, I hope they keep them. I know Code Veronica is getting a remake as well. There are spiders in that in Chris's section at the start, which is the part I'm at in Code Veronica. I haven't played it in a while. I've never completed Code Veronica, but that's about Code Veronica, not this game. Nemesis, another lame thing about Nemesis, right? One hit. Yeah, we'll go in more detail in the video description, but it takes proper balls to fight this guy to get weapon parts in the original game. You have to be a pro to do it. This game, it takes a singular grenade, or you just blow a barrel up that are placed around the map very conveniently. So yeah. I don't know if I'm missing any sections. You know, I don't really like the lab section in this game either. I don't like the stars line being just placed randomly halfway through the game. And not only is it placed halfway through the game, or like, you know, somewhere in the game, a third of the game. It's not only placed there, but it can be interrupted, and it is the coolest line. Oh, fuck me. Nemesis is definitely still intimidating. I tried to dodge that, fuck. Thanks, Nemesis. Oh, do I have a grenade? Nope. I don't know what I was saying now, because Nemesis has just interrupted my ass. Thanks, Nemesis. I think I was on about the lab set. Oh yeah, right, the stars line. It can be interrupted. Seriously. It would have been much cooler at the end. I would have. I love that line in the original. It's a lot of RE fans' favourite lines. I mean, it's for a reason, obviously. Yeah, I guess I'll put this away. Should have knocked him down. Yeah. Pretty fucking lame. I don't really like obviously it's because the game isn't very lengthy. It's very short, but I don't like how you get weapon parts so early on. Like we're in the first like 10 minutes of the game, 20 minutes, and we've already got this. I do like the dodge mechanic. That's one thing I do like. I don't completely hate this game, but I do hate this game at the same time. As I said in the intro, it's not a bad game, but compared to the original, and as a remake, it is like the worst game of all time. I think I yell to myself about this. I get angry just thinking about it, alone in my room. Just imagine me alone in my room, and I'm just getting fucking pissed. I'm there turning fucking tomato red, getting angry at this game. Thinking about it to myself. That's how much hatred I have towards this game when thinking about the original. And also just the amount of potential it could have had. Or it could have had, the potential that it did have. There is a lot more I can talk about. But I will just say, if you have not played the original, go and play that. Definitely go and play that. It's I know it's an old game, but trust me, you'll get used to it. I personally like tank controls, or like I don't dislike tank controls anyway. I get they're outdated, but I think they're really easy to get used to, and that's coming from a not very old person. And if I can do it, I'm sure you can too. You just gotta persevere. And
Hey, I'm Super Cop. Consider it done.
oh fuck, I just get used to that sort of style. It's nice actually. I think it's very satisfying. Tank controls, and it works well with the enemies and stuff. It makes things more tense. But that's a whole different topic. Definitely play the original if you haven't. It's a whole new game. It's far superior to this game. And you will enjoy the hell out of it, I am sure. And you'll probably come out of it hating this game and never wanting to play it again. There is a mod coming out called Last Escape. There hasn't been an update in a while. I ought to check, actually. But it does look good. They plan to change the game and kind of add things that were removed. No, I'm just going to go. So definitely go check that out. They have a YouTube channel. It's just called The Last Escape or something like that. Check that out. Absolutely. Pretty cool mod. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm subscribed and I'm up with all the updates and stuff. Oh yeah, I think I've said too many things, probably. Actually, no, I can't say enough. Fuck me, I can't. I think this is going to end on me dying, isn't it? It is. I've not been playing very well because of my talking. Excuses. Excuses. Even a drop of just like the suppressor or something. I don't know how that's really useful in a game like this. Takes up more space. Cool. Yeah, check out the original. Thanks for listening to me yap if you got on this far. But I just want to make a video talking. That is quite literally it. I just want to make a video where I yap about how I so dislike this game. I'll link that video I was talking about in the comments. It talks about character specifics rather than just like location stuff and nemesis and all that. So if you want more detail on that and how this game is misogynistic towards women as well, and particularly Jill as a character, if you're interested in learning, absolutely go check that out. I'll link it below. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see ya.